Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, I can hear you now. Hi, Trangg. How are you?
I'm fine.
You're fine.
Why yesterday you're not in room?
Yesterday, we didn't have a class yesterday.
What?
We don't have a class yesterday. It's Thursday. You mean last Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like I forgot to tell you, or my manager forgot to tell you. It is a Christmas day in the Philippines, and it's a Christmas day in the whole world. And Christmas is very important to all the Filipinos. It is holiday. So I and my family celebrated Christmas. We eat dinner together like that. So that's why. And I forgot to give you a message to give you a hint about that one. But maybe Trump. Oh no. We can have. Hello? Hello? I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Hello?
I can't hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I said last Wednesday it is Christmas. So we celebrated Christmas in the Philippines and it's a holiday. So maybe my manager forgot to tell you that we have no class that time. But don't worry, we are going to have a makeup class. I will just told you, I don't know, I will just tell you tomorrow if when and where can we do a makeup class, okay? When and what time, okay?
Yeah.
So as far as I remember, that I gave you a homework.
No.
No? Okay. Because we do talk about that one. We do talk about listening. I guess listening. Yeah. So wait a moment. I will check if we're done from the topic or not. Wait a moment. It's not. Guess we're not into it. Listening. We're not listening. Yeah, we're done. We're done with our listening. So we will move on to our reading. It's day 7 for our reading. Day 7. So we're done with Marsha. Guess we're done. Oh, so we are going to talk about reading for tonight. So our topic is all about Marsha. Now we will need to talk about fairy tales. Can you see my screen, Trangg? Okay, can you tell me what you can see on my screen?
Fairy tales and folklore.
Now, can you tell me what is fairy tale?
Yeah, a fairy tale is like don't know how to explain this. I would think. Hmm. It's like it's like hmm. It's like a story. It's about a story examples about princess
Hmm.
that is not real. They are not real. It's fairy tales, and it's made for children. Or for children, when they're young, they are very young.
Yeah. So when we say fairy tales, it's all about magic and fantasy, meaning some of them is not true, some of them might true, but we know that there are no magic in this universe, right? So it's only a fairy tale, a story about a princess, story about a prince, a story about a frog who became the prince, a story about a princess who is a housemaid but become a real princess. Like that. So that's fairy tale. What about folklore? Can you tell me what is folklore? Can you tell me what is folklore?
Yeah, it's oh, I don't know how to explain this. It's like a cousin.
Mhm.
And not like cousins. It's about uh, it's a folk. It's a cultural about a folk.
That's
I
right.
think it's
When we say folk, it is a story about in your country. Like it is a true story. Like the history of Vietnam, what happened to some people a long year ago in Vietnam. What are some traditional story in your country that's folklore? Okay, so let's talk about vocabulary and let's read some words. Now, can you tell me and can you read one word, that word, the first word?
Mansion.
Do you know what is mansion?
It's a very big house and it's very expensive to buy.
That's right, very good. And can you give me a sentence talking about mansion? Or make a sentence that, make a sentence using the word mansion.
Yeah.
My uncle. Oh, where is that? My uncle has a mansion in England. It is very beautiful and I like it. Okay, very good. What about this word? Can you read?
Crumbs.
Crumbs. Crumbs. Now, can you tell me what is that?
Like examples. We eat the snack and there's and we if we not eat there, there were some crumbs fall down.
Okay. Okay. What about this one? What about that one? Can you read?
Yep.
Okay.
Pen.
Pigpen. Do you know what is pigpen?
Yeah, it's a man Whether pigs can sleep into other feeding them.
And what about this one? Oh, can you make a sentence using the word pigpen?
Rubber.
Hello? Hello, Trangg? I am waiting for your answer.
I don't know anything. I don't think anything. And what answer?
Yes, I said make a sentence using the word big pen. I sent it
I
on the
can
chat
see.
box.
I can see your screen.
No, I sent it on the chat box. Please read our chat box.
I said on the chat box. But I can see when our internet have some problem and you or I get out of the room and I when we turn back I can see anything in the chat box.
Okay, so I will type again. I said make a sentence using the word pig pen. Trangg,
Yeah.
where is your answer? I already typed it again.
Okay. I have I read, but I don't know what is ten. Uh,
What?
I don't know what is ten.
I know. I just mistyped that. It should be Trangg. Please make a sentence using the word pigplin.
Yeah.
Memories bring back, memories bring back, memories bring back to you. You can say like this one, my grandfather. Okay, let's continue and read next word. Can you read the next word, Trang?
Rubber.
Rubber. Now, can you tell me what's rubber?
Rubber. Hmm. I think rubber is a running with a eraser.
Mhm. What about the next word? What about the next word?
Itchy.
Itchy. Now, can you tell me what is itchy?
Itchy is a natural thing. Is in either
Okay, now make a
the
sentence.
mosquito they then bite us, we will feel itchy.
Now, can you tell me? Can you make a sentence using the word itchy?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't you can take away the in your word. Or you can your sentence is quite too long. You can make it shorter, shorten by this one. You say, it's very itchy when mosquito you can say like this one. Simple sentence and short sentence. Okay? Because when we are going to make long sentences, it will lead into wrong proper of putting prepositions, um, incorrect grammar like that. So if you can make the sentence short, then you can. Now let's move on to the next word, Trangg.
Gra-
Next word.
gra-
Next word.
Poison. Poison.
This word.
Ivy.
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 Ivy is a kind of plant. Ivy is an itchy plant. It is a kind of plant that when you touch it, it will close to your skin. You are feeling itchiness, like it's very itchy and poison. Now let's move on to the next one. This is all about the story. So let me read it first, okay? Let me read it first. After that, it is your turn to read again. So when I am reading, I want you to listen, and if you can, then you can read it using your eyes. Because after that, you need to read this one again. Understand? Do you get it? Do you understand? Trang, I said I will read it first. After that, it is your turn.
I know.
Okay. So I will now read again.
Okay.
Marsha. Marsha lived with her stepmother Minty and her Muppy in a large mansion. Her father had his own business and was often traveling across the country. Marcia was left home with her stepmother and her two stepbrothers, Modi and Moshi. Every morning, the boys would yell at her and put dirty sacks under her bed. They would leave cookie crumbs on the floor of her bedroom. They would use their mother's shoes to track dirt all over the floors in the hallway. The rooms would look like pig pens, and they would force Marcia to clean them before she went to school. One day, while her father was away, she and her friend Maria had a wonderful idea. They put on her rubber gloves, went to the woods, and gathered poison ivy plants. They smeared and le- they smeared the leaves all over the sheets of muddy and mushy beds. That evening, the boys were up to their unusual mean tricks. Marcia just smiled and said, "Thanks, guys, but now it's my turn." The very next morning, the boys woke up feeling very itchy. Their mother suggested they stay home from school. They didn't want to miss the baseball game, though, so they grabbed their backpacks and ran out of the door. As the day went on, they got more and more itchy. They were sent to the nurse. Molly and Nashi had poison ivy all over their arms, legs, and bodies. The nurse sent them home for 2 weeks. Marcia and Maria got them good, so they never bothered Marcia again. Well, not as much anyway. Now, I want you to read again. Trangg, can you do that?
Yeah, Masha lived with her stepmother, Minty, and her father, Matthew, last father had his own business and was often traveling across the country. Masha was at home with her stepmother and her two stepbrothers, Manny and Matthew. Every morning, the boy would yell at her and put their socks under her bed. They would leave cookie crumbs on the floor of her bedroom. They would use the muddy shoes to track dirt all over the floor in the hallway. They would like chicken and they would force Martha to clean them before she went to school. One day when her father was away, she and her friend Maria had a wonderful idea. They put on a rubber glove, went to the wood and gathered poison ivy plants. They spread the leaves all over the sheet of muddy and mushy grass. That evening the boys were up to the set eating mattress. Masha gets mad and said, "Thank God, but now it's my turn." The very next morning, the boys were up feeling very itchy. Their mother suggested they stay at home from school if no one to meet the baseball game, so they grabbed their jacket and ran out the door. As the day went on, they got more and more itchy. They were sent to the nurse. Maddie and Matthew had golden ivy all over their legs and body. The nurse sent them home for 2 weeks. Masha and Maria got them good. They never bothered Masha again. Well, the nurse sat up anyway. Not us, anyway.
Okay, so do you understand the story? Do you understand the story?
Yeah. No.
Mm. Not so much. So can you tell me what are the words that you don't understand? Hello? 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 I can't hear you again. Hello, Trang. I can't hear you again. Hello? Trang, okay. So maybe we are just going to continue this topic by tomorrow. Trang, hello, hello, Trang, I can't hear you.
No.
Okay, when your internet is not good and then you are going out on the Zoom, so when you get back, all will back to normal. Like I really can't hear you. So if that happens, you need to adjust your speaker again, okay?
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your time, Trang. I guess we're going to continue this class and this topic by tomorrow. And I hope that tomorrow you have a good internet so that we can communicate well and we can do our class very well. I'll see you soon, Trang. Goodbye.
See you soon.
Bye.